Well, Cheltenham Festival is back again. Starts on Tuesday, 1:30 with the Supreme Novice Hurdle. And the horse I like here is Dysart Dynamo for the Inform Willie Mullins team. He is 9-4 favourite, but he's favourite for a reason, and that's because he's the best horse in the race. He's unbeaten under 4 starts on the rules, won his last 2 over hurdles. Previously, he won the Grade 2 Moscow Flyer Novice Hurdle. Willie Mullins has used that as a prep run before for this race. He did it with Douvan and Vitor, who went on to win the Supreme Novice Hurdles. 9-4 favourite. I think he's going to get off to a good start for favourite backers for the week. Willie Mullins got a great record in this race. He's won 5 of the last 10, I think. So Dysart Dynamo in the first there. I'm hoping the same connections can follow up with a victory in the second. The second race is 2:05, the Arkle Novice Chase. Willie Mullins and Paul Townend again teaming up here in the form of Blue Lord. 9-2, currently second favourite, vying for second or third favouritism. He's 3 from 3 this season, won the Irish Arkle last time out. A lot of people are crabbing that form a bit, but he was giving weight away that day to the 5-year-olds. They won't get the weight for age allowance here. He was going to finish second in the Supreme Novice Hurdle last year, but he came down at the final hurdle when well clear of the third horse. So you know he handles Cheltenham. He is a decent jumper, and I think 9-2 is a decent price when you consider the connections. And obviously his unbeaten form. 250 is the first big handicap of the festival. It's the Ultima 3-mile one. 24 runners here. I think you've got to have 2 bullets at this. The first pick for me is last year's winner, Vintage Clouds. 25-1. Now he is 12, he's getting on a bit, but he does save his best form to Cheltenham. He's only £1 higher now than winning last year. He may not be getting any better, but I don't think he's regressing that much either, which is surprising considering his age. He seems to run this race every year. He always does well. And off this kind of mark, I think he can go really well. A lot of bookmakers are playing 6-7 places here. I can see Vintage Clouds hitting the frame, 25-1, a decent each way price. The other horse I like here is also a good price, is 20-1. It's Oscar Elite. Now, worryingly for people backing this, he's never won a race over fences. But he has, because of that, come here off a very low weight. In fact, he's the bottom weight in the race. I think he would have won his first race, but he fell, I think, about 3 or 4 out when travelling really strongly. Since then, he's been campaigned in higher grades. He's also been campaigned over an inadequate trip, running over 2-mile 4 previously. As a result, he's not won any races, but he has got this low handicap mark. They've put a tongue tie on him for the first time, which I think is a bit of an interesting angle. He's unexposed, he's off bottom weight for the Tizard team. They've booked Harry Cobden, who's a great jockey as well. So, yeah, Oscar Elite, 20-1 each way. I'll put him in there with Vintage Clouds each way. He's 24 on a competitive race. I've not even mentioned the Irish yet here. They'll probably have one in here, but actually this race has been dominated by the English in recent years, so 2 English trained horses there should give us hopefully a little bit of each way return. 3:30 is Champion Hurdle, the feature race of day 1. I'm not going to oppose Honeysuckle. I think she's a good thing here. She's unbeaten in 14 starts, 14 consecutive wins. She won at the last 2 festivals. She's defending Champion Hurdle. I think she's going to become a dual Champion Hurdle winner. Won the Irish Champion Hurdle last time out. I thought she was workman-like, but she got the job done. Obviously, the mare, she gets a £7 allowance. I struggle to see Appreciate coming back after such a long layoff. He might do, but he's got to give us £7. I don't see how he's going to do that. And then you're looking at a kind of couple of 5-year-olds who are kind of open to improvement. In the likes of Tihupu, Zanahir, but 5-year-olds have a terrible record in this race. That said, one of the 5-year-olds I do like is Adagio, who would be my each-way selection in the race. 25 to 1 I think is a good each-way play. I can see him hitting the first three. There's only 11 runners. Now, Adagio was a Grade 1 winner as a juvenile last year, as a 4-year-old. He's had 8 starts over hurdles, never been out the first 2. Very impressive at Cheltenham early on in the season. He was in the Great Wood Hurdle carrying top weight. For a 4-year-old in a competitive handicap like that to carry top weight, he came second. That was a really good, solid piece of form, and the form behind worked out quite well as well. As I said, 5-year-olds don't have the best record in this race. He's coming up against a machine in Honeysuckle, but 25 to 1, maybe an each-way saver on Adagio for the Pipes. 410 is the Mares Hurdle. Willie Mullins has a great record in this race. He's won it 9 times. And I'm going to be on one of his here, Echoes in Rain. Now, it's not his first string, judging by the jockey bookings, but she was a Grade 1 novice hurdler last year, and she beat Blue Lord by 4 lengths, which I think is pretty good form. The first 2 starts this season, I'm willing to forgive her. They were small races. They were run at a quite slow pace. I think she needs quite a big field, which you'll get here. I think the step up and triple suits, and I think the strong pace that's going to be on. There's a lot of front runners here, so she can tuck in behind. Patrick Mullins is booked. He can hold her up, deliver a late charge. She was 3rd last time out in the Irish Champion Hurdle, a quarter of a length behind Zanna here. She's not got the likes of Zanna here. She's not got the likes of Honeysuckle here. 9 to 1, Echoes in Rain. I think she's a great each-way price. I think there's quite a few bookmakers playing 4 and 5 place in this race as well, so I think she's a solid each-way bet, even at 9 to 1. 450, we've got the Boodles Fred Winter Juvenile Hurdle. It's obviously for 4-year-olds, lots of unexposed types in here. A lot of the market's been taken up by this Gaelic warrior who apparently, according to all the pundits out there, telling us he's 20, 30 pound well in, absolute good thing, going to hose up. But he's been racing in France in very small field races, won't have dealt with anything like this before, 24 runners. He's going to be good to soft, where this horse has been running in the mud in France, basically. So the one I like here is Saint Segal, 16 to 1, each way. 2 wins from 3 starts. The only horse to beat it was Porticello in a Grade 1. No disgrace finishing second in a Grade 1. It's coming off here in a reasonable mark, not too high in the handicap. First time tongue ties applied, and useful claimer Chester Williams been booked. He takes £3 off. That £3 could prove vital. Just to bear in mind, we've had a few big price winners of this race recently, 33 to 1 shots. Last year, Jeff Kidder won 80 to 1. I don't expect to see an 80 to 1 winner in this race, but I just think you've got to take on the few at the front of the market, and maybe with an outsider, 16 to 1, Saint Segal would be my pick. 5:30, the last race of day 1. It's the National Hunt Chase. Previously run over 4 miles, now over 3 miles 6. The horse I like here is Vanillier for Gavin Cromwell. Top amateur jockey Derek O'Connor's booked, who's won this race twice in the past, I think. Vanillier has won the Albert Bartlett last year, which is for novice hurdlers. Obviously, this is a chase, but he was very impressive running up the hill last year. He stays all day. The step up from 3 mile to 3 mile 6 will suit. He's been improving this year. He's not been the slickest a jumper at times, but we've got a small field here. I think that'll suit. I think, as I said, the step up in triple will suit. They won't be jumping them lightning quick. I think he's going to relish 3 mile 6. As I said, Derek O'Connor's a really good jockey. The 2 others in front of him in the market, because Villier's 3rd favourite, the 2 of us in front of them have got question marks. Run Wild Fred's had 10 starts, only won once. A lot of his form has been in big field handicaps. I don't really like horses that have only got 1 win to the name, that seems to get a lot of seconds, particularly when he's a 7-4 favourite. The other one's Statler, which I just don't think will stay. If you watch the Albert Bartlett last year's Albert Bartlett, Vanilla just cruises past him and just is going away from him at the line up the straight. So they're my bets for day one. I'm going to put up my Nappers Vanilla. He is 7-2, third favourite, but I think if his jumping comes together, I think that's a great price. For the long shots, I'm going to put up Oscar Elite, 20-1. Maybe a plot horse for the Tizzards there. Never won a race, but who knows? Maybe today's the day. This is the one they've been saving him for. So, yeah, please bet responsibly. Enjoy the racing. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's only day one. And hopefully we'll have a few winners, and we'll see you tomorrow for day two.